From the silver glow of a vanished age, we welcome you to quality silent films, where the artistry of early cinema still invites us to laugh, dream, and wonder. Today, we revisit a film that has slipped from the spotlight over the decades, yet still offers a fascinating glimpse into Hollywood at the height of the silent era. Released in 1923, Suzanna stars the incomparable Mabel Normand in one of her most ambitious feature roles, blending romance, humor, adventure, and heartfelt drama into a story set against the picturesque backdrop of old California. The year 1923 was one of remarkable change. The famous Hollywood sign had just appeared on the hills overlooking Los Angeles, becoming an enduring symbol of the motion picture industry. Across the Pacific, the devastating Great Kanto earthquake transformed Japan in a matter of minutes, while readers picked up the very first issue of Time magazine, beginning a publication that would chronicle world history for generations. It was an era filled with optimism, innovation, and unexpected upheaval, the same mixture of hope and uncertainty reflected in many silent films of the day. Behind the camera was director F. Richard Jones, one of Mack Sennett's most talented collaborators, whose gift for combining lively comedy with genuine emotion helped shape some of silent cinema's most memorable productions. In front of the camera was Mabel Normand, already celebrated as one of the pioneers of screen comedy, whose expressive performances and fearless energy had helped define the language of silent film itself. At first glance, Suzanna may appear to be a light romantic comedy, but beneath its charming surface lies a story about identity, belonging, and the invisible lines that society draws between people. A young woman raised in modest circumstances suddenly finds herself caught between two very different worlds, forcing her to question where she truly belongs. The film asks whether family, wealth, or social position really determine a person's worth, or whether kindness, courage, and character matter far more. Those ideas remain surprisingly meaningful today. Modern audiences still wrestle with questions of identity, social expectations, and finding acceptance in a world that often judges people by appearances. We continue to see stories about hidden family histories, unexpected discoveries, and people searching for where they fit. Even after more than a century, these emotional struggles feel remarkably familiar. The film also celebrates resilience and optimism. Suzanna faces uncertainty with humor rather than bitterness, reminding us that grace under pressure often reveals a person's true character. That timeless message may be one reason silent films continue to captivate new audiences despite the passing decades. Their emotions are expressed not through spoken dialogue, but through faces, movement, and visual storytelling that crosses every language barrier. Suzanna also carries a unique place in film history because it arrived during one of the most turbulent periods of Mabel Normand's career. While audiences embraced her remarkable talent, newspaper headlines often distracted from her achievements. Looking back today allows us to appreciate the film for what it truly is, an engaging showcase for one of silent cinema's brightest and most influential performers. When the final scene has faded, we hope you'll stay with us as we explore the remarkable lives of the people who created this film, uncover its production story, examine its lasting themes, and discover some surprising pieces of Hollywood history that surround its making. And now, settle into the world of 1923, let the orchestra begin in your imagination, and enjoy Suzanna, a delightful reminder that great storytelling can still shine brilliantly across a century of time. As the final moments of Suzanna fade from the screen, what lingers is more than the memory of a charming silent romance. The film leaves us with sunlit images of old California, quiet moments of hope, and the reminder that our character matters far more than the circumstances into which we are born. Even without spoken dialogue, the emotions remain vivid, carried by expressive performances and graceful visual storytelling. More than a century later, it is remarkable how effortlessly these images can still transport us into another time while reminding us that the human heart has changed very little. The picture also offers a fascinating window into Hollywood's silent era, when filmmakers relied on composition, movement, and expression rather than spoken words. Every glance, every smile, and every carefully framed scene had to tell part of the story. That craftsmanship is one of the reasons films like Suzanna continue to attract audiences who appreciate cinema as a visual art. The film was directed by F. Richard Jones, one of the most talented filmmakers to emerge from Mack Sennett's famous comedy studio. Born in Missouri in 1893, Jones began his career in front of the camera before discovering that his real gift lay behind it. He became known for combining lively comedy with genuine warmth and believable characters, helping bridge the gap between slapstick shorts and more sophisticated feature-length entertainment. His credits included Mickey, Molly O, The Extra Girl, and many later Laurel and Hardy productions as a producer and director. He married costume designer Irene Lentz, whose own Hollywood career became highly respected. Tragically, Jones died in 1930 following complications from an ear infection, only 36 years old. Many film historians believe his finest work was still ahead of him. The heart of Suzanna is unquestionably Mabel Normand. Born on Staten Island, New York, on November 9, 1892, she rose from working as an artist's model to become one of silent cinema's brightest stars. At Keystone Studios she was not simply a popular actress but an important creative force, writing, directing, and shaping comedy at a time when very few women worked behind the camera. She collaborated with Charlie Chaplin, Roscoe, Fatty Arbuckle, Mack Sennett, and many other pioneers during the formative years of Hollywood. Although scandals beyond her control frequently overshadowed her accomplishments, historians today increasingly recognize her as one of the architects of screen comedy. Sadly, tuberculosis claimed her life in 1930 at only 37 years of age, but her influence continues to inspire students of early film. George Nichols, who appears in Suzanna, was one of the dependable veterans of silent Hollywood. Having worked in theater before entering motion pictures, he appeared in hundreds of films and became a familiar face to audiences, often portraying fathers, judges, and respected authority figures. He had previously worked with pioneers including D. W. Griffith and Charlie Chaplin, and his calm screen presence brought credibility to almost every production in which he appeared. Nichols adapted successfully as filmmaking rapidly evolved, although he passed away before the talking picture era had fully matured. Walter McGrail built his career as one of the silent era's dependable leading men. Blessed with an elegant appearance and polished manner, he frequently portrayed romantic heroes, military officers, and wealthy gentlemen. Unlike many silent stars, he continued acting after sound arrived, although usually in supporting roles rather than as a leading man. His career stretched across several decades, allowing him to witness Hollywood's extraordinary transformation from silent pictures to modern cinema. Evelyn Sherman remains a more mysterious figure today because comparatively little documentation survives. She appeared in a number of productions during the early 1920s and was often cast as refined or aristocratic women. Like countless capable performers from silent Hollywood, much of her work disappeared as films deteriorated or were discarded, leaving modern historians to piece together her career from surviving records and studio publicity. Behind the scenes, Suzanna was an ambitious undertaking for Mack Sennett's studio. Rather than relying entirely on broad slapstick, the production blended romance, historical settings, comedy, and drama into a larger-scale feature. Filming combined studio work with California locations chosen to recreate the atmosphere of Spanish California. Production was occasionally slowed by poor weather, and Mabel Normand briefly missed filming after becoming ill with influenza. Even so, the picture was completed with impressive visual polish. The film's release came during one of the most difficult periods of Norman's life. The tragic and still unsolved murder of director William Desmond Taylor generated enormous newspaper coverage, and because Norman had known Taylor personally, sensational headlines often focused on her despite there never being evidence that she had committed any wrongdoing. The publicity unfortunately distracted attention from Suzanna itself and became one of several events that complicated her later career. Reviewers of the period generally admired the film's attractive production values, beautiful scenery, and Mabel Normand's engaging performance. Some critics praised its mixture of humor and romance, while others felt the story moved more deliberately than audiences expected from a Mack Sennett production. Although it never achieved the lasting fame of Mickey, it has gradually earned renewed appreciation among silent film enthusiasts interested in seeing Normand expand beyond pure slapstick comedy. Unfortunately, Suzanna has not survived intact. The complete original release is considered partially lost, with 2 reels believed missing. The surviving material has been preserved through archival efforts, allowing modern audiences to experience most, but not all, of the film. Like many silent productions, its survival reminds us how fragile early cinema truly was. Thousands of films disappeared forever through neglect, decomposition, or deliberate destruction, making every surviving print an invaluable record of film history. One interesting aspect of the production is that it was adapted from an unpublished story rather than a famous novel or stage play. Contemporary trade papers reported that considerable effort went into creating an authentic historical atmosphere. Multiple cinematographers contributed to the finished picture, unusual even for its day, helping capture both expansive outdoor landscapes and carefully staged interior scenes. The film was completed in 1922 but did not reach theaters until early 1923 after distribution delays. Today, surviving photographs and lobby artwork have become almost as treasured by collectors as the motion picture itself because they preserve images from missing portions of the film. Beyond its entertainment value, Suzanna reminds us that identity is shaped less by birth than by compassion, integrity, and the choices we make. Those ideas remain every bit as meaningful today as they were when audiences first watched the film over 100 years ago. And before we go, here's a smile to take with you. Silent film actors never had to worry about forgetting their lines, but they definitely had to remember their expressions. And if someone complained about the soundtrack in 1923, the pianist probably took it personally. Thank you for joining us at Quality Silent Films. We hope you enjoyed both the film and the story behind its creation. We invite you to return soon as we continue presenting complete silent film classics accompanied by biographies, production history, cultural background, and thoughtful commentary that helps bring these remarkable motion pictures to life for a new generation of film lovers.